Hey guys, Mike here. So today I'm here to talk to you about The Lighthouse. In this review I'll be going over a brief summary of the plot, my good thoughts about the film and whether or not you guys should go and see it. So I'm going to try and keep this review spoiler free. However, if you don't know anything about the film and you want to go in completely blind, then it's just come back to this video once you've seen the film. So with that, let's get started, shall we?
Daddy! Let Neptune strike ye dead, Winslow!
So The Lighthouse stars Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. In The Lighthouse, we follow two lighthouse keepers in the late 19th century. But while they're trying to go through the difficult task of maintaining the lighthouse, they're also trying to keep their sanity as well as they spend most of their time isolated from the world. And so we have The Lighthouse. So for a while I've been really looking forward to watching this one because, well, all I really knew about it was just looking at the posters, seeing that Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson were in this one. I did actually get a little bit more hyped about this movie because I did see that it get nominated for Best Cinematography at the Oscars. It didn't win, but still, you know, it got me a bit more interested in seeing the movie. So, what did I think of The Lighthouse? Well, right from the get-go, I knew that the main obstacle that this movie had to try and overcome was justifying it being in black and white. And honestly, I think this movie really works being in black and white because I really think it kind of captures the isolation and lack of life feel this movie's really trying to create. And what with the cinematography and the score and Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe's performances, they all really lend themselves together to make such an intense experience. It really makes it feel like a modern 40s movie. I mean, I've seen Willem Dafoe give loads of these intense performances before, but I haven't really seen Robert Pattinson in many things. I've seen him in Harry Potter, I've seen him in bits of Twilight, but I haven't really seen him in many other things, and this is probably the first film since, well, Goblet of Fire that I've actually seen him in. And I gotta say that Robert Pattinson, as well as Willem Dafoe, was actually really good in this movie. His performance in this movie went through so many different stages. It pretty much started off as quiet and somber, and then later on it went to pretty much erratic and crazy. And it didn't really feel like just a flip of the switch and then he's crazy. This movie really kind of just got him there naturally. You just gradually see how the isolation and his disdain for Willem Dafoe's character really kind of sent him over the edge. And I gotta say that some of the imagery in this movie was very disturbing. Because I did hear that The Lighthouse did have some horror elements in it, and it definitely delivers on that. It doesn't have jump scares or anything lame like that. It just kind of lets the subject matter and the gruesome imagery tell its horrific story. And I'd say one of the most surprising things about The Lighthouse is kind of how funny it is. After watching the movie, I did kind of check out the trailer, and in one of the segments, it did say that this movie was quite a funny dark comedy. And normally when movies describe themselves as dark comedies, I'm normally a bit on the fence about it. However, while this movie isn't exactly hilarious, the funny scenes that it does try and set up do definitely work, and they don't necessarily feel out of place in this movie either. Every kind of comedic scene this movie tries to set up, I feel, does definitely land, and it definitely made me laugh. But I did look on IMDb to see whether this movie does label itself as a comedy, and thankfully it doesn't, because if it did label itself as a comedy, I feel like this would have been a misstep and a bit of a misrepresentation of The Lighthouse. But still, it got some funny moments, so though I was kind of worried that this whole movie was just going to be the two of them just maintaining a lighthouse for nearly 2 hours. And for the first 20 to 30 minutes of the movie, I was really worried that it was just going to be that. And while about 70% of this movie is them just maintaining the lighthouse, the rest of the movie is just them having these one-on-one interactions that really kind of let you get inside their headspace. I can easily see this movie becoming an instant cult classic. Because while this movie may not be for everyone, I can see this movie definitely attracting a certain kind of audience member. Overall, guys, I definitely enjoy this movie a little bit more than I thought I would. The score, the cinematography, the acting were all top-notch. And ultimately, I'd say the movie was justified being in black and white. But now, as for whether or not, you guys should go and see it. So, like I said, this movie definitely isn't for everyone. And that's kind of why I wouldn't recommend going to see it in the cinema. Unless you probably do a little bit of research into what this movie is, kind of look at the premise and decide whether this story interests you. However, if you want to just go in blind like I did and kind of see for yourself, then by all means watch this one. Just don't be surprised if this movie's not exactly what you think it is. Okay guys, that's my review of The Lighthouse. If you've seen it, what did you think about it? And what's your favourite modern black and white movie? Whatever it is, drop it in the comments below. Until next time, I've been Michael. See ya!